Hello there, YouTube. Devin here again. I got a special video for you guys, a little off-day treat, because my trucks are all super late for work, so I'm not even going to get to start working my, 15-hour day until, 1 o'clock. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to make a few videos then while I got some time, sitting here enjoying my Tim Hortons coffee in the morning. And we'll get right into it. This is a canteen. Now, you guys seem to really like my one canteen video, and I have a ever-expanding collection of canteens because I like water. I like not dying of dehydration, like most of humanity should. So naturally, I have a lot of canteens. Canteens are another very useful thing to have too, because they don't take up a lot of space. As you can see, this thing here is pretty small compared to my hand, and I have actually pretty small hands. And these canteens are very, very useful because when you're traveling, they're great cooking utensils. They're a great way to store liquid, obviously, and they work very well. And this is actually one of the probably nicer canteens out there for you outdoorsmen and campers, and this would be the West German canteen. These came out in the 60s, and they were used for a number of years and everything like that. This one's a bit odd because it has the very chunky enamel paint texture on it, which I really like because it's like the fireproof enameled paint, and I like this chunky one because it reduces the glare a lot. Most of them I see are smooth. I haven't seen another chunky painted one like this. But this is probably one of the best canteen setups out there, and we'll get into it. I got the strap already taken apart, but normally you would run this strap through this little buckle, and you push this little tab, see that? And it'll go in there, and you run it through and then back up, and it holds the whole thing together, and it has a little keyhole and stud type securement, and on the back it has a hook to attach it to your gear. Now, the little keyhole and leather stud you could run through your molly webbing if you have molly webbing. Sorry about the water, I just got done rinsing this thing out. But you could run this through your molly webbing, so it'll hook to your molly webbing, or you could just clip it on. Now, I've only got one gripe with this canteen, and that it's a lot like other canteen setups where it's all nesting, so it's actually very, very hard to just get to the water. Unless you're gonna sit down and take a couple minutes to undo this whole assembly just to get at your canteen. So normally I will carry two canteens. I'll carry one full of water for the purpose of cooking like this one, and then I will carry a separate canteen that's just in a pouch for easy access while I'm on the move, because you should be carrying more than one canteen, as most of them will only hold 750 milliliters to 1 liter of water, which is not enough when you're active throughout the day, so you will need multiple. We'll get into it here. We'll take the strap out, we'll deroute it. There's lots of routing points because it's German. You're never going to lose a single part of this canteen if you store it correctly, because they over-engineer the shit out of everything. Now, the top part is the cup. Now, this would be the main cooking part of the cup. Now, it's pretty great. It's got the nice long canteen handle. The handle is steel, though, and it's pretty thick, so it does actually... if you're not using it correctly, it can get quite warm, just a warning. As you can see there, it's very nice on the inside. It's aluminum. Now, a lot of people don't like to cook out of aluminum. I don't know why. I have no problems cooking out of aluminum as long as you're doing simple stuff. If you're not holding aluminum over the fire for 20 minutes, which you shouldn't be to cook anything this small, it should take very little time to boil water over a fire and cook whatever you're trying to cook. You shouldn't be taking 20 minutes to cook out of aluminum. But it's a pretty good canteen cup. It's hefty. It doesn't rattle or shake. Everything on it's very sturdily built, like you would expect from Germany. So now we'll set the canteen off to the side here. Now this would be your actual drinking cup, or your washing cup, as I call it. The washing cup, because it has this rubber stud in the bottom to keep that rattle away. You don't want to drink out of this because well, you could if you really wanted to. I've drank out of them before, but It's not something I'd recommend cooking out of because of that rubber stud. The rubber stud will melt. So, but this would be like if you just want to have a nice cup of water, or you want to have something to like shave out of, or something to bathe out of. This is a little bit bigger, so it holds more water, so you could put a bar of soap in there or something like that. Not while the canteen's in it, obviously, but you can use it to bathe quite easily. And another reason you shouldn't cook out of it is this is the one with the strap, and the strap is riveted to the cup, so the strap doesn't come off. So you don't want to cook out of this one either for that reason. But it's just, this is pretty much just a cup, and it's a housing for the bottle. So, but it's still useful. Like I said, I normally call this the cleaning cup, because I'll usually drink out of the cooking tin. This is the like food safe one. This one I'll usually bathe out of, or shave out of, or something like that. So I have drinking out of these before, though. As long as you make sure you're cleaning them regularly, there shouldn't be too much of a problem. Now we'll get into the actual canteen. Now this canteen, I've seen both aluminum and steel ones. This is an aluminum one, and it has a steel top on it, and a leather strap. Now the leather strap I've gotten wet a lot of times, and it seems to do okay. I do my best, like when I do it, I do dub it to keep it waterproof so this leather doesn't disintegrate, because it will if you keep getting it wet over and over and over again. But I have one gripe with this canteen. Other than it being hard to get at because of the whole cup assembly that it's in, there's only one small gripe I have with this canteen. It's of course kidney shaped. It's a PSL 61 canteen. The top is very nicely fitted, very durable, and everything like that, but I use alcohol to clean out my canteens, because a lot of people say use bleach and stuff like that, but you don't want to be drinking bleach. So I'll normally just put some isopropyl alcohol in here, and I'll leave it like this, and I'll like prop it up on its side, and I'll swish it around, and then I'll leave it upside down. And when I got to the leave it upside down phase, there's normally a red rubber stop in the top of this, and it started to eat away at the rubber stop. The rubber stop was not a high quality. It started to disintegrate, and you could see some traces of red around the lip there because of the stopper getting in the way, the stopper disintegrating. So now normally I don't like the rubber stoppers in my canteen anyways. I'll take them out and put a cork one in there, because I know cork won't do that. Because as you know, most alcohol is stored with corks. So I'll normally put like a cork stopper in there, because cork is a lot more easily replaceable, and I know it's not going to leak any harmful materials into my food. I'm fine drinking pieces of cork. It's not going to give me super cancer later. So you'll see a lot of my canteens, even if they're not supposed to have the even if they are newer and supposed to have a rubber stopper, I will normally replace it with a cork stopper. So I just have to cut a piece of cork to put in here, because I literally just got done cleaning these out and removing that nasty, now gummy, gross rubber stopper out of there. So this canteen I got slightly used. You can still see the remnants of whatever was left in there, but now that I've alcoholed it out pretty good, I just need some scrubbing with some soap and water, and I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine to use. I'm very very impressed with it. I've had one of these before, and I ended up selling it to a reenactor, and I'm really glad that these are coming on the market now again. You can find them, the whole setup, for $25 to $30. It's a very useful. It's a very low profile type of canteen. It all nests very snugly together and comes into a very neat small package. So highly recommend this for you guys that are avid outdoorsmen, that you get a setup like this. It works quite well. And if you have any additional information on this, I'd very much like to hear that in the comments. I don't know a lot of history about these or anything like that. I know that they kind of entered service into the 60s, but I don't know when they quit being used or anything like that, or if they are still being used to limited extent or maybe mass extent, or if they all got exported somewhere or anything like that. I just don't know anything about them other than when they were introduced. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you subscribe if you like this sort of thing. You guys tend to really like the canteen videos, so I'll probably keep making them. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions for future videos or comments or questions, additional information, leave that in the comments and I will do my best to answer those. Hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.